You can take off now. Pull the knuckle. You can take the tri-tip. Bottom butt's got the tri-tip and the ball tip in it. What was the question? Hanging tender or shoulder tender? Shoulder tender's in the shoulder clod. Right in there. And it's about 12 ounces. So when somebody says, I'm going to go run an ad on shoulder tenders and they're in the retail business and they want to buy half a load of them, it takes a whole bunch of animals to fill them boxes up.
Nobody understands there's only two of anything.
Oh, yeah. Except for the tongue and the hanging tender. That's the only thing there's one of. Oh, you asked me where the shoulder tender was.
Right. But you said hanging tender, and I was interested in the hanging tender more.
Hanging tenders are a diaphragm support muscle, internal cavity. So that's the use of that muscle. It has the same consistency as an outside skirt, the same skin and protective coating on it. The hanging tender is, we're probably too late for that.
This is too small.
That's it cleaned up and skinned already. It's up in the loin. The cavity of the loin. Correct. We got ball tip and tri-tip. This is the bottom sirloin. You got the ball tip and tri-tip. And normally on a packer, when the packer separates this off, you'd have the butt tender in it too, the way they break the cattle. But when Manny pulled it off, he left the butt tender attached to the whole loin, or the whole tender. Ball tip. The ball tip and the knuckle face each other. They're a knife cut apart, kind of like the ribeye and the strip. So a lot of people, you can technically still call a ball tip a sirloin. That's kind of a reach because every time I've eaten it, it tastes just like a round steak because it is connected directly with the knuckle or peeled the sirloin. That's your top butt, or top sirloin. Then if you came off the West Coast, you're very familiar with the tri-tip. The East Coast is starting to figure these out finally. Roasted off, they're incredible. It's just taking a little while to get here. It's kind of like the beer can chicken. You can skewer it. Are you going to split that?
Yeah.
Are you? Or are you taking it down that far?
Yeah.
The top sirloin, this is a regular 184 top butt, commodity trim. This product used to come just like that. We haven't seen one like that in about 6 or 7 years here. We buy a user-friendly, center cut. The slang term, there's two small muscles in there. They call them the rat muscle or the mouse muscle that's in it. We buy it without that in it. We buy it with the culotte pulled off and separate already. That's one of your mouse muscles there. So the center cut top sirloin steak that we sell is the pure heart. Now the Meat Buyer's Guide says you can leave a lot of that on and still call it a center. Well, about 6, 7 years ago, Buckhead Beef made the decision not to sell a center-cut top-butt steak like that. So we can be 50, 60, 70 cents a pound different than a competitor, but we don't include these muscles on it. We pull them off and put them in our trim.
Where's the
Culotte's right underneath the fat cap, and he's about to separate them off. Yes.
It's the deckle muscle?
It's just underneath the just underneath the fat cap, and it looks like a tri-tip when you pull it off and separate it. And some people get them confused. The culotte eats a lot better than a tri-tip, though. That would be your center cut heart muscle right there. All of our products delivered in boxed beef form, where you'd open it up, you'd have 6 ribeyes, 6 strip loins. No. No, ma'am. Well, he's offered to do it twice now, and I took him up on it both times. Oh, yeah. Well, boxed beef came about in 1966 with IBP. That's your culotte muscle there. Now, all these churrascarias that have come out, that's their number one seller. Is Murray? Is that the picanha? And they roast it, and they put 2 of these on the spit and roast them off and slice them for you at your table. So, it's a great product.